91.5 WGRE on an alumni reunion. Ooh, he almost got that out. 12:26. Well, hello once again, boys and girls. Welcome to the KO Corral for yours truly, KO, and, of course, a look into the world of entertainment on this fine Friday afternoon. First story concerns Hervé DePauw Villages, who is the pint-sized star of Fantasy Island. Anyway, Hervé's making a big stink about the show's scripts. According to the oversexed midget, he's not oversized, maybe in some respects, but not in others. The show has hit new lows by making the girls wear skimpier outfits. In fact, on one episode, some sexpots did a rather tempting dance, and Hervé's next line was, excuse me while I go take a cold shower. No word yet on if Villages got all wet, but if the show's ratings don't perk up, his career might be down the drain. Oh, you better believe it. Okay, let's move right along. While Burt Reynolds, he's in the news again. While he continues to go for Sally Field, the former Flying Nun's two young sons get along well with the macho hunk. You know, I really didn't think that nuns could have kids. And anyway, must have been a little... we won't get into it. Anyway, it seems Sally's two male offspring, Peter and Eli, love that name, regard Bert as their second father. Seems Bert never seems to tire of the lad's questions. But he's firm, too, said a friend. Okay. Must not have been Sally who said that. Bert's known to be a real softie around her. Okay, time to dig into the KO joke book. What's Alex Haley's favorite drink? Roots beer. Best sounds in town. Continue on GRE. Yep, that's the way it used to be. 1980. That goes back to February of 1980 when we actually pulled those stunts. This is Ken Owen, by the way, in case you're just tuning in wondering, have aliens invaded WGRE? What happened to the students? Why is this old guy playing records? Well, this is the alumni broadcast, as it were, and four of my comrades were to be here with me, but because of a variety of circumstances, including illness and familial obligations, I am here all by myself playing records and taking your requests, by the way, at 658-4641. Got sports coming up in about 13 minutes, but right now, Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians. Pow, it's coming up. Robert Palmer, listen. Yeah, right there. Bad Case of Loving You from the album Secrets. I'm starting to get slap happy as it gets later. Ken Owen from Channel 8 filling in tonight on WGRE, which I used to make a habit of doing back in my days at DePauw, which ended at 1982, but I still keep coming back. I'm like the thing that wouldn't leave. And speaking of leaving, Jeff McCall's highly talented broadcast journalism class, a group of students, have just completed their documentary after 10 hours of work here at the station. I mean, you think it's tough listening to me. Imagine being in here editing tape and the last vestiges are leaving. Going to bed. Yeah. Oh, gosh. People get to go to bed. I'm probably not going to... I'm looking at maybe 2.5 more hours of this, I think. But you think so? Yeah. I don't know. There was a day when I could have done this all night. I could have just said, well, we'll go till 8 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and I'll pay for it later. And then you'd sleep for 15 hours or something and feel, really great. But those days are gone. Going to be a cold night tonight, a low of 34 with a 30% chance of rain or snow. And then tomorrow, actually later today now, that we're past midnight, it'll be mostly cloudy, a high of 37, but falling temperatures by late afternoon. And Sunday's high will only be in the upper 20s. You know it's getting late when you put a CD in the CD player and you forget what it was. But I think I just remember this is John Mellencamp on WGRE. That song cooks, and you may not know, but it has a DePauw connection. And you go, whoa. Maybe, I bet a lot of you guys do know that. But Ferez Whitted, who went to DePauw, and I believe he graduated like 6 years ago, he plays trumpet on that song. John Mellencamp, Love and Happiness. It's 12:43 at WGRE. Ken Owen sitting in on a Friday night.
This land is our life. It gave us our past. If we protect it, it can give us our future. Conserving our water, soil, plants, and wildlife will contribute to the prosperity of our next generation. To receive a free kit that will help your family understand the meaning of conservation, call 1-800 the soil. We owe it to our children.
A reminder from WGRE, St. Paul's Church is having a free dinner for all DePauw students on Sunday at 6 o'clock in the evening in the Parish Center. Again, St. Paul's Church, free dinner for all DePauw students. So, you work off all those calories and get really hungry as you're pouring through the books that perhaps you've never read or that you're way behind on. Getting ready for finals. St. Paul's Church, the place to go Sunday night at 6 o'clock. I am Ken Owen from Channel 8, graduated from DePauw in 1982. And back to pollute the airwaves until I get tired this morning. And it'll probably be a couple, maybe 3 hours, because I'm having fun. If you have something you'd like to hear, give me a call, 658-4641. Or if you just want to say, Ken, I'm listening. Hey, that's always nice to know, because I remember back in the old days when WGRE was mono, and that wasn't that long ago, maybe 7 or 8 years, when you did wonder at times if people were listening. Got sports coming up from the AP if you want to know about your favorite team and how they fared tonight. News coming up at the top of the hour, and more music coming up on WGRE with Ken Owen. Let's check in on sports right now.
AP Network Sports, I'm Jonathan Warner. After 75 in a row, Ricky Pierce missed his first three-throw attempt, and he saw his chance at an NBA record fall short by 3. Calvin Murphy is still the king of free throws with 78 in a row, setting that mark in 1980-81. And while Pierce missed from the free throw line, his Sonics lost to the Celtics in Boston Garden, 117-97. Larry Bird led the way with 28 points. At halftime, the Celtics raised former guard Dennis Johnson's number 3 to the rafters.
If you ask me what I said right now, I have no idea. I mean, I know they were clapping. I know they were cheering. And I know we held the flag up. And it's something that will never, not too many times be repeated.
Dennis Johnson becomes the 17th person to be so honored at Boston Garden. Miami knocked off Charlotte 112-108, 28 points and 14 rebounds for Ronnie Cycli. It was Indiana defeating Dallas 124-108. Philadelphia knocked off Minnesota 104-95. Phoenix over San Antonio 112-107. The Suns have won 9 in a row. It was Chicago beating the New York Knicks 99-89. Michael Jordan scored 27, Stacey King 23, and the Bulls have won 16 of 17. With 4 minutes to play, the LA Clippers are leading Utah 87-86. With 8 minutes remaining, it's Detroit 93, Portland 84. In college hoops, 13th ranked Indiana blasted Boston University 88-47. On the ice, it was the Rangers over the Washington Capitals 5-3 as Mark Messier scored the hat trick. Pittsburgh beat the New Jersey Devils 4-3. Joe Mullen scored the game winner with 36 seconds to play. Hartford over Buffalo by a score of 8-4, ruining the debut of new Sabres coach John Muckler. And James Toney retained his IBF middleweight title after battling to a 12-round draw against former champ Mike McCallum. Jonathan Warner, AP Network Sports.
Todd Rundgren with the waiting game. If you've been listening, you know that I like Todd Rundgren because I play him a lot. It's 12:51 WGRE 91.5. Ken Owen sitting in tonight on this alumni broadcast. Paul McCartney with some Christmas tidings. Got the news coming up in about 8 minutes. Don't go away. Meatloaf on 91.5 WGRE. Song produced by Todd Rundgren. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It is just about 1 o'clock in the morning. This is WGRE Greencastle. Time for the news.
AP Network News, I'm Mark Hamrick. Defense Department officials say Air Force cargo planes will be pressed into a humanitarian mission to deliver relief supplies to the Soviet Union. The planes will fly to Russia, Belarus, and Armenia a week before Christmas. There is concern about the possibility of unrest because of fuel and food shortages there. U.S. officials say they have received assurances from Soviet officials about safeguards for the huge nuclear arsenal. Details from the White House and the AP's Wendell Goler.
Secretary of State Baker says he's reasonably confident the nearly 30,000 Soviet nuclear weapons are under tight control in the 4 republics where they're stockpiled. But U.S. hopes the weapons would be controlled by a central Soviet government are fading. Boris Yeltsin's new Commonwealth doesn't envision a central Soviet government. Still, Baker says there should be a unified command of the weapons.
That does not exclude collective participation in such a command.
The aim is to keep the Soviet breakup from producing 4 new nuclear powers with missiles pointed at the U.S. and technology to sell to other nations. Baker travels to the Soviet Union Saturday. He'll offer U.S. expertise in dismantling the nuclear weapons and U.S. aid to pay for it. Wendell Goler, AP Network News at the White House.
4 people dead after the crash of a small plane near the airport in DeWitt, Arkansas. Authorities say the plane went down in a field and exploded into flame. No word where the plane was headed. One report said the plane was still burning an hour after the crash. A federal jury in San Francisco was awarded more than $7 million to a woman after finding that her Dow Corning silicone breast implant had ruptured, causing a painful permanent immune system disease. A lawyer for Marianne Hopkins says the damages are the largest in any of the 4 similar trials held so far. He says it may have the effect of encouraging more lawsuits. Mexican President Carlos Salinas de Gortari is to meet President Bush at Camp David on Saturday. Salinas told business leaders in New York he's concerned a free trade agreement may fall victim to the presidential election. An agreement among Canada, the U.S., and Mexico would establish the largest free market in the world. In the U.S., there's been concern expressed about the environmental impact and loss of American jobs to Mexico. Medical school officials at the University of Pennsylvania report some gold teeth have been stolen from several cadaver issues in the anatomy labs there. University police are investigating. In the meantime, school officials say gold teeth will be removed from bodies in the future and replaced when it's time for them to be cremated. This is AP Network News.
Yikes. Stealing teeth off cadavers. What's next? This is WGRE. I'm Ken Owen. Great to be with you today. Going to play some songs for you, including this one. This is Elvis Costello. It is 1:02 in the morning. Glad to have you with me. WGRE 91.5, the sound alternative in Greencastle. Ken Owen with the forecast. Overnight cloudy, a 30% chance of rain or snow. Going to be colder, low 34. And then later today, windy, turning much colder. It'll be mostly cloudy with a high of just 37. And then temperatures will start falling into the mid-20s by late afternoon. Sunday's really looking chilly. A high in the upper 20s on Sunday. Chicago at 1:09 in the morning. You have a request, give me a call, 658-4641. Try to help you get through finals here at WGRE. REM from Document, Exhuming McCarthy. Before that, we had Chicago Feeling Stronger Every Day. It's 1:16. Ken Owen from Channel 8 News and a DePauw alumnus back on WGRE for the first time in 9 years. Having a blast. Was supposed to have 4 other people with me, but for various reasons, they are not here. They really wanted to be, believe me. They're really upset about not making it, especially Fred Fritz, who has a 101.7 degree temperature, and went to Medicheck today, and they said they'd admit him at Medicheck. So he's in no shape to be on the air. I probably am in no shape to be on the air, but here I am. I'm having fun. You know, giving a memorable gift isn't as difficult as it seems. In fact, it's quite simple. In less than 1 hour, you can give a gift that will always be appreciated and remembered. We're talking about the gift of life. Donating blood costs you nothing and makes a difference in the lives of 4 Hoosiers. On December 15th, the Central Indiana Regional Blood Center is hosting Gift of Life Sunday from noon till 4 o'clock p.m. at the Terre Haute Community Blood Center. Please call 238-2495 for details. Give the gift of life. It may be the most important gift you give this season. That's a message from 91.5 WGRE. This song was a hit when I was a freshman at DePauw. Scary Stuff, Rod Stewart from 1978 on WGRE. Rod Stewart on WGRE. Saturday morning, 1:21. You're with Ken Owen. Back having fun. Had a request a little while ago for some Muppets Christmas music. Boy, people must be even more stir-crazy than I am at this hour. I've been searching far and wide for said Muppets music and have had no luck. But we're talking Critters, aren't we? And Critters is Critters. And so we'll just go with the Chipmunks. This is the Chipmunk song to get you in the Christmas spirit at WGRE. Yeah, school is out for me, and it won't be long for you guys. You're closing in on it, aren't you? At WGRE, Ken Owen playing your favorites. This is Steely Dan with My Old School. Todd Rundgren on 91.5 WGRE, the sound alternative. Ken Owen from Wish TV Channel 8, DePauw grad from 82. Getting ready to hang it up, I think. I got a trip back to Indianapolis to make, and heck, I got to get some sleep. I want to enjoy some of Saturday anyway. I'm kind of curious, though, to see if anybody's up studying and listening. The phone stopped ringing about an hour ago. Either that's because people don't like the music I'm playing, or they just got tired, or any variety of reasons. But if you are awake and alert and want to let me know that you're listening, that might give me a boost here. 658-4641, 658-4641. I think I'm going to probably call it quits shortly after 4 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, the music continues. Here's Paul McCartney. Modern English, 91.5, the sound alternative, WGRE. Got a couple of phone calls. There are people awake. And for the gentleman who called and wanted to hear the Bangles and Roy Orbison, I had no luck finding either, and I hate to say that. So if you'd call back, if you'd like to hear something still, I'd try to look it up for you. But I looked and looked and looked and had no luck. For the gentleman who wanted to hear Sting's Fortress Around Your Heart, couldn't find that. As a matter of fact, the only Sting song I have in the building is the one I'm about to play. This is Gabriel's Message from a very special Christmas, a Christmas song going out to you at 3:51 in the morning. Utopia, 91.5 WGRE, Greencastle, the sound alternative. Ken Owen on what was to be the big alumni broadcast, and oh, really, it's been a lot of fun, but what happened was there were 5 of us that were going to do it if you just tuned in, and the other 4 guys had to bail out at the very last minute. As a matter of fact, I found out this afternoon at about 4:30 that I would be the Lone Ranger, and since this broadcast was promoted, I thought I owed it to you and to WGRE and DePauw University to show up, and here I am, armed with my collection of CDs and a wonderful attitude. This has been really a lot of fun. And we're going to keep it up for a little while longer. I promised a caller a little while ago I'd try to find Fortress Around Your Heart. Couldn't find it. Now I did. Here is Sting on WGRE. Todd Rundgren with just one victory, 4:31 on a Saturday morning with Ken Owen, and I am getting ready to leave. I want to thank those of you who are still listening in the wee hours, and thanks for putting up with me for 4 years while I was at DePauw. Hopefully we will have another alumni broadcast, and there will be more than one alumnus who will show up. I promise you that, and it will come soon. And for the 4 guys who couldn't make it today, who really wanted to make it, they were very disappointed that circumstances have kept them away tonight. But you will hear their voices again soon, and you'll probably get some more musical variety if you get some more people in here, too. Thanks for putting up with me, though. For everyone, for the people who live in Greencastle, have a wonderful Christmas, and we will see all of you soon. And for the students here at DePauw, have a safe trip home for the holidays, and good luck in your final exams. I know some of you are still up studying tonight. Again, I'm Ken Owen from Channel 8. I've been your guest DJ, as it were, for the evening. If you get a chance and want to see what I look like in person and don't know, tune in 5 o'clock weeknights, Channel 8 News. You'll see me there on Channel 8 Wish TV, but I probably will have big bags under my eyes Monday, left over from this, DJing for 8 hours at my college alma mater. But this is something really, since the day I left DePauw, that I've wanted to do, to come back here and get behind the board and play some records, because some of the fondest memories I have, and I have a lot of fond memories of DePauw, but some of the fondest memories are of the old WGRE in the Union Building. My mother, when she went to DePauw for a couple of years before, it's a long story, but she used to sing on WGRE, and here I am disc jockeying through my 4 years. I'm back, and it's good to be back on the campus, and I'll be back in Greencastle again soon. To everyone, have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for your patience, and I hope to see you soon.